to hear that voice. It's going to lull into sleep, won't it? It's so soothing. Okay, so go to I'm a new consultant, step number 1. And we're going to go to step number 1. The only thing I can tell you that for both Phoebe and I, we don't have our 3 new videos recorded. It goes on step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. So next week we'll get those. Next few days we're going to get those recorded. But so what this training does, and those videos are going to be very important because they're going to come from the point of view of both the sponsoring consultant and the new consultant. So if you can make sure that you listen to them and you have your new consultants listen to them. So when you bring somebody in, if I'm sponsoring someone, these are the steps that we want you to follow. So if you're sponsoring a new consultant, you will have your getting started guide for sponsoring consultants. And so when you look at that guide in front of you, the step 1 is that you want them to review their getting started workbook. And doing their getting started workbook is going to, their first steps workbook is really going to help them. It's going to help them determine their why, what it is they want, when they want it, where they're going to do their business at, and how they're going to do their business. So it's a why, what, when, where, how. And so you want them to go and download the first steps workbook. Now, if I'm sitting down with a new consultant, I'm going to show them the, and we'll go through the workbook real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm opening up the workbook, and it's really important because you want them to complete the workbook, and then they're going to meet with you for a getting started meeting, and you want this to be within the first 48 hours after they sign up, because you want them to get into action. You're going to register as a consultant and place your business order. And then they're going to figure out their why, their what, when, and it's so important for you to know what their why is, because you're going to hold them to this why as they go along their journey and they go through those tough patches. You're going to help them really determine that why and what it is they want to make. And how I help them determine that by asking them, if everything worked out in the perfect scenario, what would you be making a year from now in your Arbonne business? And what would you be making 5 years from now in your Arbonne business? And then, as you know, our whole strategy, our whole, what we've changed in how we're doing Arbonne is we're going business opportunity first. We approach people about the business first, and then the products come along. And so we want them to understand that we're going to help them build in their business partners. And we have found that most people need to get to that $1,500 a month as fast as possible, because that's where it really starts to make a difference in their life. So that is where we want to help them get as fast as possible. It's also the place where their spouse or partner starts to really go, aha, this is worth having you be gone and be out and away from home. So you really want to help them figure out what it is they want to make. And then you're going to make a game plan for them when you do your getting started meeting with them. And then they've got to figure out the when. So you want to help them make sure that they know when are they going to commit to doing their business and where. And who are they going to be doing it with? And then you're going to show them the how. So that is the workbook that they're going to be working from. And you want to make sure that they have seen the kind of income that they can make from their Arbonne business. You know, I had no idea what kind of income you could make from Arbonne until I saw Donna Johnson's $14,888 check. So we didn't know what kind of income we could make from Arbonne. We were all too new. If you want to go through this with them, show them the kind of income that they can make. Because truly there isn't an income we can't replace in Arbonne. And so you want to show them this so they can determine what it is. You know, what income would make it worth it for them to really commit 10 to 15 hours every single week. So you want to make sure that you've gone through that income potential. And then there's 4 questions that really help you with them. And these 4 questions, because you want to help them really dig down deeper than I came in for the product. So what part of the business excited you the most and made you decide to join our team? And I haven't even asked you guys. Hopefully you're all seeing all this. Are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes. But where are these questions?
I never asked you. I just started jumping in. I thought, oh my gosh, what if you guys weren't seeing my screen?
Where are those 4 questions?
Everything, if you look at, I'll go back here and see how they're underneath the download and print these documents as you're watching the video. So if you see step number 1 here, under step number 1, you see all those documents. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Got it.
Yeah, okay. So you want to go through these 4 questions with them and determine, you know, what it is. Why is it, what excited them the most about and made you decide to join our team? How many weeks can you carve out to really dedicate to your business? And are you willing to be coachable? Because here's what that means. You get on our team conference call, you attend the Discover Arbonne meetings if they're local or on Zoom. They need to get all their activities scheduled within the first 5 days so they can jump in and get started, and they're going to follow our system. And then determine how fast you want to move is by going over the levels of commitment and handicap. So when you go over the commitment levels, and please, if you have any background noise, if you just are not just sitting there only doing this, please mute yourself out because we can hear you, whatever you're doing. But I'd love to keep the lines open if at all possible so that we can, you can ask me questions and you can, and make sure that you understand this. So you want to go through this with them and really determine where they're going to be doing the business at. And if they had aggressive goals, if you find out what it is they want to make, then they need to be that jogger and runner. They're not going to get to $5,000 a month being a walker. So that's why this is so important to go through with them and really determine where they at. Do they want to make money now? Do they want to get out of their job now? What is it that they want? And this is going to help them do that. Now, here comes the next thing, is that commitment level is going to help you determine what size of an order they're going to come in with. So when you figure out that they want to move fast, they are going to need like 3 to 4 pamper baskets, spa baskets. They're going to need all the tools to be able to do a core presentation and to have products to use for themselves. So I want you to really think about what Linda Huntington said. She says when people ask her how much it is to get started, she says to them, well, you know, it's my job to set you up for success and to give you all the tools that you need to have in your toolbox to be a real success at Arbonne. So you're going to need products to demonstrate at presentations. You're going to need 3 to 4 spa baskets, and you're going to need products to use for yourself. You want to make sure that they've come in. Now, here's the deal. When you bring people in and you don't bring them in with enough product to do presentations and spa baskets, they're at the mercy of someone scheduling an event for them. And they have to wait till the event holds for them to be able to do business again. So when they have those 3 to 4 spa baskets, they are in business at any given moment. They can give a basket out to somebody this afternoon. They can give out 3 on Monday and get referrals and have places to go. Because people give us referrals with spa baskets because they think, gosh, you know, can you put one together for my sister-in-law? She really is into skincare. She's really into spa products. So you need to make sure that you're getting them enough product. This is the one thing that getting started business order will need to be updated with the new prices. So the new prices will be in. Yeah, if you could mute your line out if you've got babies in the background, please. So we don't hear your babies. And so you need to make sure you're setting them up. The absolute bottom level, I believe, is $1,000. And remember that I came in with $1,750 28 years ago with absolutely not a nickel. I had to put it on a new credit card, and I had to work hard to pay it off. But it also made me be very focused in doing my business. So they've got to have what we say is most people, you know, that are serious about their business want to get into qualification for management their very first month. So a lot of people need to come in with all the tools they need. And getting into qualification for management is $2,500 QB. And that's qualifying volume. So they come in with a qualifying volume order, and then they get into business, they get in being busy with their own activity. And you can absolutely, because our whole goal is to get you to area as fast as possible, be making really good money when you get to area manager. So that is where you're at right here. Now, you're going to have them review and complete this first step workbook. That's in step number 3. They're going to place their business order, and they're going to schedule their getting started meeting with your sponsor or upline. So any questions on step number 1?
I do. Dina, where is the different business orders? Where is that form?
Okay, it's right here underneath. Download and print these documents before watching the video, and it's the getting started right business order right there. And one of the things
Oh, gotcha.
have them do is read that, why place a business order. That makes so much sense to them after they read that. So that's really important for them to put that in, read that so they can really see why it's important for them to do that.
Will they be updated with the new price lists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That'll be updated. Anybody want to update it for me or create a $2,500 order, a $1,700 order, a $1,500 order? I think that's the direction we want to go. It's 15, 17, and 2,500. So if anybody would like to help me with that, let me know because I would love some help with that. Okay.
Dina, can I ask anyone good with numbers?
And then, did someone have another question?
Yeah, can you hear me, Dina?
Yes, I can, Julianne.
Just wondering if somebody does not have the minimum, would you recommend that they get like the basic package if they don't have 1,700? Would you recommend that they get what they need for the Healthy Happy Hour first, or Pamper Baskets first, given your point about that they're at the mercy of booking workshops?
Well, here's how my thoughts are. What I learned painfully through the years, I would let people say, I just can't do that. I couldn't start with that order. And then I would see them. This happened to me so many times, I can't tell you. I would see them at Nordstrom's walking out with bags of clothes. The very next weekend, they would book a trip to go to Las Vegas for the weekend. And so here's what I say, don't solve it for them. Turn to them and say, how do you think you could get the money that's going to require you to really jump in and do the business? Where do you think you could get that from?
Okay.
And when you say that to them, then they have to solve it. And they'll say, well, I could put it on a credit card. I could, borrow it from my mom or my dad. I could take it out of savings. They come up with, but when you just brush it off so quickly and just say, because here's the deal, when they come in, think about what Gordon Fraser said, and how fast he and Ian opened up England. But Gordon came in with 14 RE9 sets because he said, I knew I wanted to move fast. And if I only came in with 3 or 4, it would take me weeks and weeks before I could get it out to 14 people to see if they wanted to join me in doing the business. So I want you guys to sit there and really think about that. Are you really setting them up for success when they come in with an ASVP and they have no product to go out and do Pamper Baskets? They have no product to really show the nutritional line with. You're literally tying their arms behind their back. Because what I see happens is that if they schedule 3 presentations and 3 of them postpone, they have no business until they can get that again. So I don't know, Julianne, I think I would have them do the product for have what they need for core presentations, and then I would have them do spa baskets before doing healthy living, because I think you can get an instant return on people booking because they want to get everything in their basket and also giving you referrals.
Okay.
So that's my feeling. So I want you guys to lift off the lid of your expectations of what people are going to come in with. Because when we got started, we all came in with that $1,750, and that was 28 years ago. So can you imagine what that would be worth now? So I want you to think about that.
Thank you.
Okay, step number 2. And what Linda said, what did Linda say? Linda Huntington, if they absolutely are flat broke, I've never known anybody who can't put something on a credit card pretty much. If they have no credit, you have to sit and think about, do I really want them? You have to really think about that. But if they absolutely can't, then they're going to have to get you in front of 20 to 30 people in their first 30 days so that you can help them get started in doing presentations. But here's the deal. When you do that, and then they sponsor in somebody, what are they going to do to launch that person? So if they sponsor in someone that first month, because that's our whole process, who are they, what product are they going to go have the new person use? Yours? So yours is going down 2 generations, 3 generations, and then you don't have any product to work your business with. So that's why they need it. Okay, here's step number 2. So on step number 2, the new consultant is meeting you for a getting started meeting. So they're starting to think about, okay, this is what I need to do. So they need to download the Getting Started guide for new consultants. They have this for them. So the Getting Started guide, I put it in a couple of PowerPoints here. Let me bring this up. Let's see. I can see it, but it's not letting me click on it. So that's interesting. Okay. The Getting Started guide. If you're looking at this, they're going to review their First Steps workbook, especially the why and the connector list. They're going to schedule their appointments using the 4-point ask. And this is what they're going to be doing in their first week is they're going to schedule their friends and family presentations. They're going to hopefully get 5 business chats because that's your goal. They're going to schedule their teledrop and group presentations. And then this shows them what their ongoing daily activity daily and weekly and monthly is going to look like. Okay, now we're going to go through the friends and family and all the steps here on the website. So when you, and I put here under download and print these documents, they're going to download their Getting Started guide. I put building my executive team. That document really helps them think about who they really want to have on their team. And then they've got the 4-point ask, and you've got that in front of you for the 4-point ask. And then we've got the Arbonne Strong brochure, Strong Start brochure, and that helps them see what they can earn in their first 3 months. And then you've got the Promote to Area Manager handout. So at your Getting Started meeting, you want to go through this Getting Started Promote to Area Manager handout. And you want to go through this with them because I can just tell you that this works. Hey, Julianne, are you on there? Can you kind of share what's happened with your team with getting in qualification for area managers so quickly?
Sure. Well, we just kind of did exactly this. We just with the insight, like if we're going to work this hard, why don't we work smarter, not harder, and help Heather in particular get to area instead of district, because it's always been be a district manager making machine. But let's face it, it's a often get to district on our own without stressing the importance of business partners. But with area, you don't want to get there alone. So we just kind of switched that up, and Heather just understood the math. You've taught us all along, Dina, if you share this and get this business in front of 10 people, 3 will be open and 1 will typically join. So she just really worked the numbers and found 3 business partners out of the gate who all came in. And we really use that tool because I don't know about anyone else, but I used to get awkward. I still do with spending other people's money. It's my Dutch blood maybe, but that business, why to do a business order document and having them read that, it lets the logic of it speak to them. So we just use the tools, and they, to our shock, realize the importance of getting pamper basket stuff and getting some makeup and urbanizing their families. So she brought 3 business partners who came in with $1,500 was one and $2,500 were the other 2. Super set up for success. They got their pamper baskets out. They were just really coachable to the system. And Heather finished district in 1 month. She did area qual the 2nd month, and she finished area the 3rd month. And truthfully, she worked way less than most people that were fighting for district because we just really focused on helping her get business partners.
Awesome. So where is she at this month? How is she doing this month?
Well, her goal was to do region qual. The day is not over, and this girl has amazing ways, as does her team, of doing. So we'll see, but she's well on her way to region qual. So it's incredible when you just see somebody really take advantage of this mindset of being an area manager making machine, and she's coaching that down. Like, she's helping people see, instead of just trying to sell our way up the ladder, why are we not duplicating this amazing business and accepting that 7 out of 10 people will say no, and that's okay. Maybe they want a host, or maybe they want a pamper basket. So yeah, she's doing fantastic. She will be nation by the end of the year. There's no doubt. And it's just so exciting what it's done to inspire the rest of our team, because they've just really taken this and run. So we've all kind of, been forced to shift our mindset and not glorify district manager anymore and not glorify region anymore. Why would we work that hard and then go on pause like I've done for 3 years? Like, it's stupid. So it's just been a real mindset shift. So we're super excited that you're incorporating all this.
Yeah, so our whole focus is to have somebody come in as a, we don't talk about going to district, and we don't talk about going to area. What we focus in on is going to area. We don't focus on people going to district or region. It's only area and nation. And those are the 2 levels that we focus in on. So what you want to do is sit down with them and show them how easily they can become an area manager. And then they can sit there and look at that and fill in the names on the people that they're sponsoring and how they're making that going to area happening for them. So when you meet with them on your getting started meeting, you want to focus in on did they really flesh out their why? Did they really come up? Because if they just say, I want to make money, you want to ask them, what would that money do for them? How would it change your life? How would it change your future? How would your life be different now if you were making $3,000 a month with the Arbonne? You want to flush that out and get down. I always say that for a woman, we haven't finished out our why until we start crying. And then I know we've reached that bedrock. So what income do you want and how fast you want to reach that income? Now you're going to have them work on their connector list. And so you want to have them look at that connector list, and you want them to have a local list and a global list. So ask them, who do you know in another state? Who do you know in another city? Who do you know in the UK, in Canada, in the US, in Poland? Who do you know in New Zealand? Who do you know in Taiwan? And when you do this with them, then I also want you to do a mind mapping with them and say, who do you know because you know Jocelyn? Well, I know Jocelyn's sister-in-law, Emily. I know Jocelyn's mother-in-law, Debbie. I know Jocelyn's friend, Andrea. I know, and you start having them really think about who else do they know. So that's going to help them really expand their list, because they have the numbers work in your favor. As Julianne mentioned, when you approach 10 people, out of every 10 people you approach, 3 are sponsorable. That means they have dreams, desires, and dispositions that they're not having fulfilled in their life. And so you, out of the 10, 3 will be approachable, and 1 will come in. You're really good odds of that. So if they only have 30 or 40 people on their list, they're not going to have enough numbers in their favor to bring in 4 business partners that very first month. So you really want to help help them get up to 100 to 200 names. So that's why that's so important. Now you're going to schedule their appointments with the 4-point ask. And this is what you're going to do before they leave your getting started meeting. And sometimes we do this local and sometimes we do it in Zoom because we're not local to them. You are going to have them message or Facebook Messenger or text 20 people. And you're going to use the 4-point ask to help them do that. And Julianne, can you kind of help us with the 4-point ask and how this works for you and your team? I don't know if she's still there. Okay, you're going to work with them on the 4-point ask. And you're going to help them. Now, let's just go through some people. Who has some people that you would like to approach? And let's just role play this for a minute. Who has someone that you would love to approach? And let's go through how you would do a 4-point ask in doing that. Anybody think of anybody? Anyone think of anybody, I should say? Yesterday, I had my husband's stepmother's daughter-in-law, and she put it on Facebook. And she said that it was her dirty little secret, but she was letting it out, that she loved makeup. And so she's going to start having on Instagram posts about different makeup that she has fallen in love with and recommends. So how could I use the 4-point ask to contact her? Her name's Jill. So what did I do with the 4-point ask to invite Jill to look at Arbonne? So you're going to use an icebreaker. So my icebreaker could be, oh my gosh, Jill, that was so exciting to see that you have the same dirty little secret that I have. We both love makeup. So because you want to have an icebreaker. And so that's my icebreaker back to her. And then you're going to say to them, you know, I absolutely love what I do. I love Arbonne because over the years I have been able to have women leave my home feeling so much better about themselves because I've helped improve their self-image by showing them how to look beautiful. And I just have absolutely loved my business. And I would love to send you some information because we just launched the most incredible eye collection. And I would love to have you give it a look. I sent you some information about Arbonne. Would you be open to looking at it? I'm going to send you samples of our new eyeshadows and let you just play with them. I'd love you to give me some feedback. Are you open to that? So I have put in my icebreaker. Their why is that they love to play with makeup. I thought of you because you're just incredibly beautiful and talented. And I've always wanted you to be on my team because that's the truth. I have looked at her through the years and thought, gosh, I'd love to sponsor her. She lives in another city from me. She lives in southern Utah. If I would do this, would you do that? So, and then you've got on the other page of your 4-point ask, you've got the scripts of how to invite them to a friends and family, a business chat, a tell and drop, and a group presentation. So we've just simplified everything, you guys. You use these 4-point asks with your new consultant. Now your job when you're getting started is to tell them how to personalize and make that icebreaker fit them, their why and why they thought of that person. You have to sometimes be careful with new consultants. Sometimes they'll send kind of too personal information back to the person about their why. Like, I know your husband lost his job, and you guys are just barely surviving. You know, you got to be kind of careful, help them to make sure that they're why they thought of that other person. You got to help them make sure that this is the successful way you want them to present Arbonne. So any questions on your 4-point ask? Does anybody need some more help with that? What there's going to be is there's going to be a recording right here training on this page on how to do a 4-point ask. So you'll be able to listen to it with your new consultant and have them really understand how the steps of what they're going to do. Because let's say that I prospect Jocelyn. I'm prospecting Jocelyn Norlander. And she comes back to me, and after I've sent her some information, she goes, you know, that's great for you, Dina, but I just don't, you know, I just can't see me doing anything like this. So what are you going to do? Are you going to just say, okay, thanks, never mind? No. What you're going to help your new consultant do is then they go down the ladder of escalation. And so then the next thing they'll say to them, that's okay, I knew it wouldn't be for everybody, but I just wanted to pass it by you because I think of you so highly of you. But what you could do, I'd love, is if you could help me because I need some help practicing my presentation. Could you get a few people to get around your kitchen table or sit in your lounge or your great room and help me out by allowing me to practice my presentation. And if they say, oh, I can't because I'm having my kitchen remodeled. Okay, then you're going to drop back in your fallback position is, can I drop by a spa basket? So instead of having you go to the spa, I'm going to bring the spa to you. So you're going to help them. Because this is what Heather said that was so amazing. When she started her 20 names, she had people come back and say it wasn't for her. She scheduled, from those 20 names, she scheduled people to have a presentation for her and a spa basket. So she had so much activity getting scheduled from the 20 people that they instantly prospected. So any questions on that, you guys?
Dina, it's Bev.
Yes, Bev.
So if we're reaching out with a text or message to somebody who really doesn't know anything about Arbonne, do we still just send an opportunity video, or would we send something about what the product's about as well? And this is, I'm thinking long distance.
I would send out those quick little videos. The cool one about the RE9 and the one on our healthy living products videos. I would send those out to them because that would give them a really good idea of how incredible our product was.
All right, and those are the Arbonne videos, yes?
Yes, the Arbonne ones that are on our website.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
And then I've got here, if you scroll down, I've got here from the responses to your 20 texts, schedule your business chats and Zoom calls, or send them one of the video links depending on their interest level. So I've got here the new faces of MLM, and I've got the Discover Arbonne with Camilla Eves, so that they can easily, quickly just put that link into. And one of the cool things I like to do is I like to personalize it. So if I was sponsoring Jill from yesterday, I would send her the new tutorial on our makeup line, so she could watch how incredible the makeup line was. I'd also send her some in Arbonne stories of makeup artists who've been really into that in the world and now are very successful in Arbonne. And so you want to personalize the information to that person. You don't want to overwhelm them with things to look at or watch, but put some additional stuff in that would really appeal or apply to them.
Dina,
Yes.
One thing we kind of learned the hard way on some mistakes with this, if it's too long, people just kind of don't really read it. So we found that we really had to kind of write it out and get it tight, the 4 points. And the last one, we didn't send videos until they responded. If I sent you some info, would you like to take a look? And then leave it until we hear from them before you just start sending it off, because otherwise we'll just ignore. So
Absolutely, because then it's not permission selling, is it?
no, and it's not building the relationship, right?
Yeah, you've got to build. And any other points since that you've been really doing the 4-point ask? Anything else that you would add?
I know for me, some people, I'm to the point, but I've really built my confidence. But I use the Facebook Messenger so they can hear my voice and my excitement, and they're usually intrigued to hit that play button. Some people aren't at that stage, and it's easier to just send the as a Facebook message or a text or whatever. But I think working up to that, I think that's really helped, because they can hear sincerity and they can hear excitement. So that's just one thing.
Awesome. Okay, so if you guys do you get that what she's talking about on Facebook Messenger, there's a little microphone that you can click on, and it allows you to leave a message, so that they'll pop up when they're opening up their Facebook and messages from Messenger. There will be a voicemail for them to listen to. The funny thing is, this is too new for people to ignore yet.
Yeah.
It works.
The one other thing that has worked, Dina, too, is if they're super on our chicken list, that Sarah Robbins wording about, I know this may not be of personal interest to you, Dina, but I thought of you because, you're so well connected. And, if I sent you some info, would you mind taking a look and let me take you out for a tea just to get, some advice or feedback?
Absolutely. So doing it more of an indirect approach, where you're playing into that person's kind of, if they're at a higher professional level per se than you, that is a great way to go, because you're really appealing to kind of their ego and their success. And so that works incredibly well. Okay, so we are now you're looking at their list. You've helped them, because one of the things that I listened to on the Sonia Stringer call, where she had 40,000 network marketer women from around the world on her webinar, and she had a lot of very successful women in our industry who were on that webinar with her that she interviewed. And it was amazing listening to them, because they're doing this. When they start a new person, they immediately text out 20 people, and they play a game with them about how many can you text before you start to get messages back. And so they said that this single step has exploded their business, because it gets somebody immediately building in their business partners. So absolutely, that is the first thing you're going to do with them. Then from the other part, the names on their list, you're going to divide it into people that they want to invite to a friend and family. And, Phoebe, I don't know if you want to talk about the friends and family, if you're there. I know she's trying to hurry and get ready for her product launch. So if you're there, if not, I think she's putting on her makeup. She might be putting on her makeup. Okay, so what you're going to do is divide them into a friends and family event. So what this is, you guys, the friends and family, I know it's a new idea for everybody, but we are stepping out, you guys, and we're using the technology, we're using the sensibilities of today's world, and this is so working. So we have nations in our downline in the main Maine and Boston area who have been doing friends and family now for 9 months. And it's working incredibly well for them. So what a friend and family is, it's a way for you to get people on a Zoom call with you or a local event to be able to support Jocelyn in her new business. And they can literally be at home. Maybe you could do it at 8:30 at night and invite them to jump on a Zoom call and see what Jocelyn is up to. So she's going to use her script from the 4-point ask to invite people to join her in a Zoom call. So it could be her friend from work. It could be a sister-in-law who lives in another state. It could be friends that you have who are living in another country. That's what's cool about it. Since they started doing this, they have popped out regions and they have become nations because you're involving them in creating a global business of people who are preferred client partners. So you're going to have them invite everybody that they'd like to join, and you're going to hold 2 friends and family events. Zoom calls, or you could do a live event. And then when they get on, when they do a friend and family call, you're going to have taught and coached your new consultant in their iStory so that their iStory really appeals to a broader base than maybe just themselves. And for most people, today's economy has hurt them. They're underemployed. They lost money in their house. They lost equity. They lost money in the stock market. They're just not doing as well as they used to be doing. And so if they have an iStory that touches more of those kind of points, you're going to have more people open up their minds to look at Arbonne. So you're going to do this friends and family event for your new consultant, and you want to do it as fast as possible. You want to do it in the first couple of days after they've jumped into business, because your goal from doing a friend and family event is to have them be able to schedule 6 hosted presentations and get 3 to 5 talent drops. So any questions on the friends and family? I'll show you the slides in a minute, but if you have questions about the concept or how you do it or what you say or any questions on the friends and family?
Dina, this is Anne. Are you going to have a video or a training on the friends and family on the website?
Yeah, we'll have a video on how to do one.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have just, trying to get as many things done as fast as we can. But we'll have a friend and family. We'll record something when my voice is nicer. They haven't listened to. But I'll show you now. We'll click on the friend and family thing in the next slide. So you're going to help them schedule their friends and family event. Dana did the friends and family with the friends and family slides last weekend. Dana Collins with a new consultant. And she absolutely loved it because she had people book and people decided like to be her business partners. And so she was thrilled because she thought it made so much sense to people when they were watching it. So you can use it for all of your, what we designed it for is that you can use it for a friends and family. You can use the same slides for a business chat and the same slides for a spa basket drop-off. So that your new consultants really only have to learn that, they can use these slides for 3 different reach out methods. So they can really
Dina,
use.
Just to add to that, it's also great for skeptics that are friends and family because it just, puts a lot of their misunderstandings to rest, I find. So I think it's going to be good for that, and want to encourage people to invite the skeptics instead of just kind of ignore them.
Yeah, it really is amazing how you can have it because it really does open up their minds. Okay, so if they haven't already placed their order before you get together for your getting started meeting guide, this is the time to have them place their order. Okay? Any questions?
Dina,
Uh-huh.
by then, do they have their calendar? We've already been working with them, not necessarily meeting with them, but getting them started. Scheduling, right or wrong?
Well, usually by when you do your getting started meeting is when you're going to help them schedule.
Okay.
You haven't known how to do it until you sit down with them, and this is when they text their 20 friends, and this is when they start to schedule their activity.
Gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
That's what you do at your getting started meeting within the first 48 hours after they sign. Okay. All right, so let's go on to step number 3. Okay, now you'll notice here on step number 3, it says note to sponsoring consultant. Now is a good time to connect with your upline area or regional vice president via Zoom video or Voxer call. Introduce your new consultant to your upline and get their support to help your new consultant solidify their why, create a strategy to achieve their income goals. And I can't tell you how well this works. This is one of the key components of if you want to move a team really, really fast. Because when they get on with me, I can really help them see, really nail their why, and see how if they're willing to put in the time and effort to really run with this and be coachable, they can have those income goals that I kind of flushed out with them about what they want to have happen in their business. I edify their sponsor and upline district or area manager, if it's me doing the call. If you have a strong area manager who's really doing the business and has a vision of where she's going, you can do the call with your area manager because we're really wanting to help lift the lid off all of our leaders and help you grow up into that national vice president position. So this is a fantastic time to schedule that so that you can have that with your upline. Any questions on how to conduct one of those? Or do one of those calls? We'll have a training right here on this step number 3 about how to do those. Okay? So here, on step number 3, now, if you can picture what's happening, you have helped them text out 20 people. Now they need to know, what do I do with those people? And you're going to help them know what to do next, and you're going to work through the ladder of escalation. So if that response comes back, oh, I'm not interested, then you're going to help them know how to ask them to hold an event for them. You're going to help them with their friends and family events now, and you're going to help them get their 6 bookings for their hosted events. And you're going to have them, they can schedule 2 back-to-back core presentations that they will host at their home for kind of the leftovers of people who didn't have a particular position to go into. And then you're going to help them in step number 6, schedule those 3 to 5 talent drops all in 1 week. So what's the activity that you're doing? If you look at step number 4 here, hold your friends and family lunches to schedule your 6 presentations. Sign attendees up as a preferred client with their order, or if they're interested in being a consultant, schedule a Zoom call or business chat with your sponsor. Now under step number 3 up here, above, it says continue to follow up from the responses to your 20 texts to fill up your calendar, and continue to send out additional 10 to 20 texts over the next few days or week to keep the process of finding business partners and scheduling your calendar. So you want them to get going, and you want to do what's manageable for them, so that you don't want them to send out 40 texts in 2 days, because then they will not handle what needs to happen from that activity well. But you want to help them get business partners, because our goal is to help them sponsor 4 business partners in their start month. Okay? The reason Ann Cullum went so fast is because the very next morning after I sponsored her, she had 3 people at my house to talk to Arbonne about. So we brought in her business partners immediately, and she did 6,000 in her first 45 days in the company, and went on to be an area manager very quickly, because we helped get her business partners in very, very quickly. So it makes all the difference in the world if you follow this system. So, any questions right here? Now, under the download and print these documents, you've got 2 additional documents right there. You've got how to create your iStory, because you need to help them before they do their friends and family events to make sure that their iStory is good and tight, but that it also appeals to helping people open their eyes to, I looked at my financial situation and thought, wow, am I really ready in case something's pulled out from underneath me? Do I have money? Do I have a second income stream coming into our home? So you want them to have practice and have that coached before they have their friends and family event. So that needs to be something that you do with them in the next few days, so that they're really good at that. And then you got to make sure that they're going to coach every single person and do host coaching with them, even if it's their mother. So any questions on this one before I go through the friends and family? Do you have any questions here? Everybody with me?
Yep.
All right, let's see. I guess the question I need to ask is, are people still on? There we go. That's the question.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great,
here.
Dina. It's
I'm
great.
on.
All right, so let's go through the friends and family. So I'm opening up the friends and family that they can download right here. Now, if you'll notice, we've made every single new thing that we've done so it works on your phone or on your laptop or iPad. So everything works beautifully on your phones.
Thank you.
So you can have them, they all fit beautifully on the screen. Okay, so for starting this, I need about another 30 minutes with everybody, if you can hang in there while I take you through the friends and family. Because I really want you to feel comfortable in using this. So if I'm starting out, and who will be my new consultant? Who will role play with me and be my new consultant?
I will.
Who's
Miss
that?
Deb Genzer.
Deb, okay. All right, and we've got some background noise. We can hear people playing with papers. If you could not do that, we'd appreciate that. Okay, Deb. So if I'm asking Deb, and Deb's going to come on, we're going to start our Zoom call. And we've invited all of her friends and family from anywhere, global. It can be anywhere in the world. And so I'm going to ask Deb to share her why. And I'm going to say, well, we want to thank you so much for jumping on this Zoom call with us tonight. I'm Dina Wilkinson, and I'm an Executive National Vice President with Arbonne. And I want to welcome you so much on this call. This is Deb's, this is her launch of her virtual franchise with Arbonne. And so it is so amazing that you all got on to support her. It'd be like if Deb was opening up a brick and mortar business, like a frozen yogurt shop. She would love it if you would come to her grand opening, if you'd eat there once in a while, and if you would refer her to people. Well, it's the same thing with this business. she would love to garner your support in helping her launch her business. And so, kind of before we jump in and tell you more about our brand and who we are and what it is she's going to be doing, I would love to have Deb share with you what is the reason why she decided to be an Arbonne consultant. So Deb, can you go ahead and share with us?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. Most of you who are close to me, my friends and family, know that more than 35 years ago, I decided to just stay home with my family and raise my children. But we didn't have something like Arbonne, and so I just did it without money, without income. But we always got by. Well, all of a sudden, when I found Arbonne and needed it so badly, I started the business a number of years ago just to earn the product. And I didn't really do it as a business. I just earned the product for myself and my family. But recently I've realized that here I am at retirement age and I don't really have money to retire on. And Arbonne is just an amazing opportunity for me to do something I love to do and earn money so that I can still semi-retire, and soon I'll be able to retire with income instead of without. So I'm excited.
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize. I had a little 2-year-old that I'm tending come wandering into my office. So I apologize for that. Okay, so she said her why beautifully. Now, I don't know from all of you and your circumstances today, but what we're finding is that people don't know if they have enough money to retire today. People are underemployed because when they came out of school today, out of university, they didn't get the kind of jobs that they expected to get, and so they're struggling. So this new economy is kind of an interesting new economy. Can anybody relate to that? Because what we're finding today is that over 70% of Americans, Canadians, Australians are really stressed about money and work. They're wondering, can I, survive at the income we're at? Do I have money that I can be able to put my kids in activities? Do I have the money to be able to retire? They're really looking at it on either whether you're a millennial or you're a baby boomer. It affects everybody. And the reason it is so causing the kind of stress that we're having today is because the cost of goods and service and you need every day to stay in the middle class has really stagnated and have not gone up, but everything else has gone up. Who would have thought 30 years ago that we'd be taking out car loans that were 5 years or 7 years because cars had become so expensive and it's such a big part of our yearly income that we had to put 5 and 7 years loans on them, or that our kids would come out of university and colleges with such incredible school debt. Well, that's what's happening in the world that we're in. And so when you look at financial and business experts like Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he says the definition of wealth is how many months you could go after you have lost your business, lost your job, and still survive on the income you have coming in. And so what he tells people is that you need to create an asset. Well, how do you create an asset that's going to pay off your monthly expenses every day? Well, you either got to do it through real estate. So you've got to put $400,000 to $500,000 into real estate so you have enough rental properties to throw off that kind of monthly income. Or you have to do really well on the financial market. Well, when people are in such incredible debt today and that people are living off credit cards, people don't have that kind of money to invest to create an asset. So what happened with Robert Kiyosaki is that he was asked to write an expose on the network marketing industry. And what he came out of that experience of being such a great expert and really diving into network marketing is he came out recommending it, highly recommending it. because he could see that for the average person, this is the way the average person who doesn't have money can use sweat equity to create something that can create an asset, an annuity, a recurring income. And so his recommendation is to really look at network marketing. And so when you look at how network marketing is growing, because it's growing such an incredible rate globally, it's more than the video gaming industry and the natural food industry put together. And every year it is growing worldwide unbelievably. And the reason it is because of these two converging trends. People want to be healthy today. The health and wellness industry is just popping. And the best way people get taught about how to be healthy is because we don't have a wellness care with our health care. We have sickness care. So the best way for people to learn about how to be healthy truly is through someone with word of mouth marketing and network marketing. And so you look at that industry plus the anti-aging industry, and it is, wow, these two trends are creating a market trend that people want to be healthy and have financial peace in their lives. And so what we do is that we educate people about choices about what they put in and on their body, because we know that an educated consumer makes better choices. And we empower people by giving them a fresh start with not only our products, but a way for them to create assets. And so we've done that for over 30 years because of our impeccable ingredient policy of being pure, safe, and beneficial, and giving people products with targeted results. Because people can say that they want to be pure all they want, but people want products that are going to give them results. Because when you think about it, what a lot of people don't realize is that you are what you absorb into your skin or your gut. And, you know, it's interesting. They took a group of teenagers and they took them off all of their personal care products. Because, you know, let's face it, teenagers buy kind of the worst personal care products out there because they don't have a lot of money. And after they'd taken them off of weeks, they retested them. And they found out that they still had over 200 chemicals in their bodies. And the average woman exposes herself to around 500 chemicals by noon each day. So we are what we absorb. And so with our product advantage, we have plant-based botanicals at the base of all of our formulations. And our products are pH correct to your skin, not balanced to the other products within the line. And because of that, you're going to get such better results with our products. They're vegan. We have standardized botanicals and herbs so that when you use nutritional products, they're going to actually have in them what they say they're going to have in them. And we screen for GMOs, and we also formulate to European standards. And European standards are so much higher than U.S. standards because they've banned over 1,200 ingredients in Europe, where our FDA's only banned 11. And we don't have all of those scary chemicals, as you see in that picture right there that we put in to help you realize that we don't have the artificial colors, sweeteners, or dyes that people find so allergic for them. We've never tested on animals. We've never used animal byproducts. And we're really free of those scary parabens and phthalates that make products have an unbelievable shelf life, but at what cost? And so we are gluten, dairy, and whey free. And so we are just have an impeccable ingredient policy. And so because of that, over the last 30 years, we have been able to create a product line of the most premium skincare and nutritionals. So we have products from the minute that you get up in the morning, you go in and wash your hair, to putting on a night cream and going to bed. So we like to say from basket to casket, we have the full range of consumable products. But what we're so proud of is that we absolutely do the clinical testing that other companies are not willing to do. And the reason they are not willing to do clinical testing, blind testing, is truthfully, it's cost a fortune, but you also don't know what kind of results you're going to get. Well, Arbonne recently did clinical testing against the top brands in department stores and the top brands in the network marketing industry. Well, what was interesting is when you looked at the composite scores of our products and the composite scores of our competition, one of our lead investigators, he said that the different scores, most of the time when he does the clinical testing, the one line barely beats out another line. We creamed our competition. So we are so proud of the clinical results that we do. And so when you look at this picture, this is from someone who had no idea that they were using Arbonne when they were doing our clinical testing. But look at the lines and how his deep forehead lights have been lessened. Look at this one after 8 months using our RE9, which is our flagship anti-aging product line. It has 9 key anti-aging ingredients in it. Look at the kind of results that this person got. Wow. You saw the collagen and elastin get restored in their skin because their skin smooths out. It loses the puffiness, the bag. It's amazing. But what if you could take the kind of results that we're getting with our anti-aging line and you could just absolutely speed it up? Well, that's what Arbonne has done. We have always been the leader in skincare technology. And now we have entered the skincare devices. And that industry is at 1 billion currently, and is projected to be 1.6 billion within the next 3 to 4 years. Well, we entered this market just a week ago, and people who have only had this skincare device that uses ultrasound technology and where you get 330,000 waves per second have only used it for one time, and we started getting in amazing before and afters. And so this technology is truly going to take Arbonne to be a $2 billion company as we go worldwide with this incredible technology. Look at the results that these women are getting after only one use. Is this not incredible? Is this not? We are so excited about this. And we're equally excited at the results with our Healthy Living 28 Days to Healthy Living products that help people detoxify and regain their energy and vitality, because we found that once you help people in a very simple fashion be able to detoxify and eat healthy, they actually release weight. And that's what's really fun to see people, the kind of results that they get from our nutritional line. So we're really into anti-aging and wellness. We equally, both things are so important to us. This is one of the new gals in my team in Australia, and look at the weight that she lost in just 60 days. But what happens when we detoxify people is that once they're detoxified, that healthy gut helps improve your skin, because everything comes from the outside and in the inside, because we teach anti-aging from the inside out. So look at how much your skin improved. So we have products to transform your life, and we have products to transform your health. What we're really proud of is that the Mayo Clinic completed a quality of life study, SS36, and they found that our nutritional products actually improve the quality of people's lives. And this is done from the Mayo Clinic. How exciting is that? what we really love to share with people is that to help them think about, when you go in and you go into a department store and you buy products at a department store, that's the most expensive real estate in that department store. So to have skincare products in there, they have to have such an incredible markup on the skincare products that it's incredible. When you buy it at a big box store, you're literally just helping support the CEO with his bonus. And so we ask people, why pay retail when you don't have to pay retail? Because at retail, the products go from manufacturer and they have to go through all those steps until they get to consumer. But when you help people buy products from Arbonne, they go straight from manufacturer to the end consumer. But because we don't have to pay money all the way through all those steps in between, can you please mute out your line? We can hear you talking in the background. When you don't have to do that, you are absolutely bringing better products to the end consumer because you are able to put more money into research and development. We can also speak to people who have would like some products that they think, wow, I would love it if we could have this, because we can bring a product out to market so much faster when it doesn't have to go through all those steps. So we show people how to stop buying products at retail and start redirecting what you already spend. I'm sure when you got in the shower today, hopefully you shampooed and conditioned your hair. You might have used a body scrub or a facial scrub. You might have used some awesome shave cream to shave your legs. When you got out of the shower, you might have put on body lotion, a moisturizer, eye cream, some foundation, a concealer, some mascara, some eyeshadow. You might have gone to your kitchen and made yourself a protein shake, had some supplements. Maybe during the day you had an energy drink. Well, we have all of those products and more. And we show people how to buy higher quality products. But get them at an incredible discount. It's like being able to go for your family to buy all your fruits and vegetables at Whole Foods. Now, a lot of people go in to buy a couple of products at Whole Foods, but they can't shop for all of their needs at Whole Foods because it's too expensive. What we have done is we let you get premium products, but buy them at a big discount. And then we show you how you can have your own digital storefront by opening up your own exclusive online account. And when you share with others that same way to have a virtual franchise with Arbonne, you can start to build a business. Because the great thing about it is that the products are consumable. I introduced Arbonne to people over 20 years ago that keep reordering from me every single month because they love the Arbonne line. And so it creates repeat orders, and repeat orders creates residual income, and residual income creates assets and annuities. So you're able to leverage your time, and you can do it alongside your current job. You don't have to leave what you're doing. You can do this in that, that kind of nooks and crannies of your life. Because in traditional corporate, let's face it, the chance for employees ever being able to become the CEO is pretty slim. But with the way we have our business model is that we have no glass ceiling. You can come in and absolutely go to the top of Arbonne. There's no politics. There's no favoritism. It's just based on the kind of volume that we create through sharing it with people. You might know somebody in Idaho who knows somebody in Toronto, Canada, who knows somebody in the UK. And you start to build a network of global consumers who order from their own digital storefront with direct shipping. And you start to build this network of consumers and people who would love to have a global business. And we used to say a global business from their laptop, but we just introduced 2 amazing apps that you can manage your whole business on your phone, and you can order from your phone. And so now I don't say from your laptop, I say from your phone. So, what kind of income can you make? But when Debbie looked at this, she said, and at this point you can have your consultant pop back in and talk about what income she was excited to get to as fast as possible because of what it could do for her family. So you can see that, we have 4 management levels. And what's really cool, because for the average person, an extra $300 to $500 can start to mean paying for their activity. Kids' activities, they can start to pay for a car payment or start towards a house payment. As soon as they get to area manager, which we show people how to get to in their first 90 days in Arbonne, they can start to make more of that full-time income. And at regional vice president, where our Mercedes-Benz car kicks in, this is a level that people is just truly life-changing. And they can quit that corporate and have an exit strategy for that. And at national vice president, there truly is no lid on what you can make at that level. And we have great perks to go along with this, with our Mercedes-Benz car program, our jewelry that we get from Tiffany and Company, travel opportunities to go to 5-star hotels. Let me tell you, I've taken my kids to Hawaii on Arbonne's dime 7 times, besides to the Bahamas and on cruises. Wow, it's been an incredible opportunity. So where do you see yourself right now? If you think about what it is Debbie's doing, she's building a virtual franchise. So she's dealing with happy consumers, because Arbonne's products have a 45-day money-back guarantee where you can literally return the empty cartons, the empty bottles, and get a refund, 100% refund. But because our formulas are so superior, we have only a 0.4% return rate. So, wow, that is incredible, because our products give results. So, she would love it if you could Arbonnize your home by not using the shampoo, conditioner you're using, your face cream, your foundation, your protein shake, and start to purchase them from Debbie and become a preferred client where you can get your products at 20 to 40% off. And we show you how to get free shipping and be able to purchase them all the time at that incredible discount. She'd love it if you could be a referring client for her and gather a few friends over so she can show people how to have anti-aging from the inside out and improve the quality of their life and look fabulous and doing it. And so she would love it if you'd host a local event for her. If you're long distance to her, we do virtual presentations, and we spoil the people who refer people to us by giving you your own products. We give you free and highly discounted products when you do that, when you gather and you have a get-together for Debbie. And then maybe you're sitting here thinking, you know what? I would love to really, at least earn my products free. You can open up your and be a consultant for $79 in the U.S. and $99 in Canada, and you're able to start participating in our compensation plan. We'd love to have you at whatever level that you would like to be a consultant with Arbonne, whether you want to get your products free and be a hobbyist, or whether you'd like to be a business partner to Debbie. We'd love to have you look at and find out more about doing it with us. So what we'd love to have you do is to text Debbie and tell her, do you see yourself as a 1, a 2, or a 3? She needs to be able to get 6 groups together this month to complete her training. So if you have the desire or can help her out by gathering a group together, that would mean the world to her. and she'd love to have you think about being her business partner. So text her and let her know where you see yourself. And then you guys, if you're using this for a business chat, the next slide is you can use this for a business chat by asking them, where do you see yourself? Are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? And if you are at a spa basket drop-off, you would ask them if they're a 1, 2, or 3 here, so you could know where they're at this moment, so you'll know how to help them. So any thoughts or what did you think of the friends and family?
I am excited about this presentation. I feel like it gives enough information to use for everything, and I'm so excited because I wanted a simpler thing where I could get good at something and use it in multiple situations, and I know this is it.
Great.
It's amazing. It's just amazing, Dina. I love it. I love it. I love the way you set up the pain in the beginning. And then
Absolutely.
very smart, very smart.
And when we were just doing our Discover Arbonne before, I felt like we were just jumping in and saying, this is who Arbonne is.
Yeah.
And people would get done with doing it as a business chat, and the feedback is, well, this is great for you, Caitlin, but I just don't see how it fits in my life. But when you make them really think about, do I have something in place in case the rug's pulled out from underneath me that could pay my monthly expenses? Excuse me. It makes them really think about, no, I don't. So that's what's really good about this. So let's go back and let's look at step number 3 here. Any questions on any aspect of getting a new consultant started that you have some questions or thoughts, or what do you think about the new getting started system? What do you think, guys?
Okay, so in step 3, where it says friends and family, business chat, tell and drop, slides, they're all 3 the same, correct?
They are. Yes.
Great.
All you do is use the last slide depending on which one of those you're doing.
Okay.
Hi, Dina. My name's Lynn. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, who did you say this?
Lynn, can you hear me, Dina?
Yeah, I can. Hi.
Okay, hi. I have a question. I've been a consultant for 10 years and was at area, and I'm then consultant back to district now. And I have someone on my team that wants to start. She's been a consultant for quite some time too. And I'm wondering, would I put myself through this system first, or take her along with me and do it together?
I would do it together. Now to have you both just pretend you're brand new. Start by texting out your 20 names, and you both just do this, jump in and get going and get yourself to area.
Okay. Yeah, I do want to start like we're in the beginning, because sometimes I get sort of like, oh, this is what I've been taught, from long ago, and I just want to start fresh. And sometimes I hold on to all these other things I've learned for years.
I would
which is
just
good.
start fresh. I would just start fresh and relaunch yourself. And then you would introduce every new person that you bring on to your upline and use their leverage, use their experience and success to help you quickly build your team.
Right. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments?
Dana, this is Lisa Dissinger.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. I was wondering, are you going to be doing a script? Will there be a script to go along with that?
There will be a script to go along with that. It's just so brand new that there isn't a script yet, but there will be a script to go along with it. But when you really look at each slide, you can kind of figure out what to say, and that's what's cool about it, is it just kind of moves the conversation along as you go.
Oh, I love it. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Because it's just kind of the next slide that comes up. You kind of know what what you need to say. Because I didn't write a script, but I was really able to just do this by looking at it and thinking, what would I say on this slide? I think the slide that you have to learn a little bit about is the slide with Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay, right.
And if you think about what I said today about what financial experts recommend, is that you have an asset that comes in and pays for your monthly expenses, and that you need to have that so in case the rug's pulled out from underneath you. That's the slide. If you could just figure out what to say on that one, the rest of them are really easy as you go along.
Right, right. Okay.
Dina,
Uh-huh.
this is Sydney Miller.
Hi.
Where do I download this from for sure?
Okay, this one is right here if you're looking at my screen.
Yeah.
It's under download and print these documents. It's the Friends and Family Business Chat Calendar.
Oh, they're on number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And of course, it's going to be at other places on the website because it's going to be on the business chat. And it'll be on different places, but this is where it's at for the new consultant.
Dina, just one question.
You bet.
Do you think it would be possible to kind of just do a time frame graph with what to do when? Would that be a pain?
Yeah, if you could, show us kind of what you mean. I'm not a person that does that kind of stuff really great, so somebody that's better at that. But if you think about it, I'll just kind of go through this very quickly to kind of finish up today. Is in the first 2 days, you want them to do their workbook, and you want them to put in their order, and you want them to send out and have that getting started meeting with you. You want them to start texting immediately before they leave the getting started meeting with you, to have texted 20 people. And then you want to have the friends and family, 2 friends and family events within the first 7 days after they've joined, because they can do that online, send people out a messenger. You can gather people to hold something like that very, very quickly. And then the rest of the month, you want them to do their 6 hosted presentations, their talent drops, and their two events that they would host at their home. So that's the timeline of how you would go with a new consultant.
Will you just say that one more time?
You
Just go walk through it one more time.
Yep, I'll walk through it one more time. So if I'm sponsoring Julianne today, I'm going to go through and help her determine, what kind of order she wants to put in, because I've gone through those first few documents under step number 1 on the very first, getting, yourself off to a strong start. And then I want to help her put in her order, and then we're going to do a getting started meeting. And we want to do that getting started meeting within the first 48 hours of when she comes in. And she is going to text out her 20 names so that she immediately gets her business partner part going, because hopefully from those 5, from those 20 names, you're going to have 5 people that you can at least do business chats with, or 5 people that you could invite on to do a Zoom business chat if they're long distance. So you're going to do that with them before they leave their getting started meeting. You're going to help them know what to say to invite people to a friends and family virtual Zoom launch, or a friends and family that she would host at her own home if she has more leads or local. Then you would help her get that scheduled and host 2 of those within her first 7 days. so that she can garner support for people who scheduling a presentation with her. Or she's going to get orders from that friends and family. So that's going to help her with her 2,500 QV that she wants to come from her own activity. So
Okay.
you've
Wait a
got all
sec.
this going in. Go ahead.
So we started with those documents, those 4 documents on getting started strong,
Right.
and then help them make their business order, and then have them text out the 20 right while they're with us and go over that script, and then schedule with them and me the 2 family and friends and family.
Yep.
And then
So if you guys need more details, I think what I'm going to come back and do is I'll do under the sponsors getting started guide, where it says step 3, work with them to fill their calendar. I'm going to put details on what does their first 48 hours look like, and 7 days look like, and 30 days. And I'll put that
That'd
in.
be great.
oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dina, that would be
And-
so helpful. Awesome.
And Dina, also too, when they, just for scheduling too, if they're doing a strategy call with their upline, when that should be in the process, that would help too.
Okay, so put this right here where it says now is a good time to connect within the upline. Okay, I'll put a date, I'll put a timeline on that. I try to do that with them. When I'm doing this, I'm working with them in their first, like say 48 hours to 4 days to get that call with me, kind of when I've been doing it with people. So I'll put this timeline. Is that kind of when you've been doing it too, Julianne?
Yeah, and I honestly have found that when we do that right out of the gate with a new person, first they feel the culture, as you've said so well. They get the team, support, because not everybody's always available. And I think if they have 2 people really helping them right out of the get-go, we put it on their Facebook page, a warm welcome. But it also really helps solidify their why. We basically say, what if you don't do this? What are 10 things you won't be able to do, be, or have? And it just helps them take it more seriously, I find. So, that can dictate whether they do a full order with their business order as well. So I find that it, not a manipulative way, just a reality check way, that they just feel more invested in. And so, yeah, out of the gate, ASAP is smart, I think.
Okay, all right, so I'll put that timeline right there. So just know that the guts of this is all done. I just need to come back and do the recordings for a couple of things. But I'll put a timeline on this right now on the website and in your sponsors getting started guide.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So, okay, any
It's
other
great.
any other
Thanks for
questions?
all your hard work. It's excellent.
I have a question, Dina. One more question. Lynn? The consultant that I have that wants to get going in this more seriously, because she's been a Arbonne user for quite some time. She's a grandfather consultant. When I tell her about the friends and family presentation, I think what she's going to say is, well, I've already talked to my friends and family. So how would she go about, how do we
Okay,
encourage her
all
to
you say is, I'm having a relaunch of my business because Arbonne has so many incredible products, and now we've entered the skin device world, and there's so many new things that I'm having a relaunch because I need to tell my friends and family what's going on with Arbonne, and I am so committed now to really going to the top of this company that I really could use your help.
So just encourage her to recontact her friends and family without the fear of rejection.
Yeah, just say,
And just
you know what, I would love to have you look at what's going on now, and it'd mean the world to me if you can jump on this and just see what I'm up to now because things have so changed.
Yeah, I think that'll work because I think what she's done most of the time is talk about the product. So I think talking about the business part will be something different for them to hear from her.
Yeah, so she's going to start her 20 names texting out immediately.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You betcha. All right, any other questions before we finish up? Okay, guys, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Dina.
Appreciate y'all so much. Have a fantastic close today.
Thank you, Tina. This is
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
All right, see you
Zoom is
guys.
cool. Zoom is cool.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.